Semi-private training, it's all the rage right now. So what is it and can it work in a CrossFit gym? You're going to get the answers today. This is Run a Profitable Gym. I'm your host, Mike Workington. Please hit subscribe wherever you're watching or listening with my thanks. With me today, Gabriel Mayer-Bédard of CrossFit St-Basile in Quebec, Canada. Gabriel, bonjour et bienvenue.
Bonjour.
That's the extent of my French, so we're going to switch to English, and I appreciate that you can do that better than I can do it the other way around. So, Gabriel, I'm going to ask you right off the top, from January to December 2024, one calendar year, how much semi-private training revenue did you add to your CrossFit gym?
Yeah, we almost had the $200K in 1 year.
$200,000 in gross revenue in 1 year through semi-private training.
You're right.
Wow. Okay, so will you tell our listeners how you did that so they can do it too?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, so first of all, I got to let some people don't know what this is. So we'll say semi-private training. They have no idea. To help listeners understand, explain what semi-private training is at your gym. How does it work?
First of all, it is a small group. It's 2 to 4 people training with their personal trainer. They all have their own personalized program. Mm-hmm. So we present this to clients like if it is personal training. It's almost the same.
Right. Is it fair to call it personal training in a group setting where you've got, let's say I'm the coach, you're one of my clients, there's 3 other clients, you all have your individual program, like say you're working on powerlifting, he's doing a running program, there's gymnastics over there and maybe just hypertrophy on the other side, and I'm coaching each of you at the same time. Yep. It's going to take a lot of skill, right? Like I have to be a great coach, but I'm delivering personal training in a group setting to each of these clients. Is that right?
That's right. Exactly like this.
Yeah, and the variation of that is small group training where everyone in, say, a group of 3 or 4 is doing the same workout. We're not doing that. This is everyone gets an individualized program, so there's a lot more value because I'm not just saying we're all doing Fran today. I'm saying you are doing deadlifts, you are doing Helen, you are doing running, you are doing ski intervals, whatever it is. It's individualized, and it takes, am I wrong? This takes a skilled coach.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It took us a year to get used to it and be really good to it. We are really lucky to have really hungry coaches who want to learn more and to earn more. This was key in our success in our growth last year in semi-private.
Yeah, because when people are going to understand their PT clients, they're going to get in this setting, they're going to get less attention than they would one-on-one, but they get way, way more than they would in a group setting, and they get an individualized program. So there's huge value here. It's not quite one-on-one, but it's huge value. Did you find that?
You mean the value in price?
Yeah, did your clients, when they see this program and they're like, wow, I get an individualized program and there's 2 other people here, but I'm still getting a ton of attention. Did they see huge value in that?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
The way we package it, it allow them to do more training than personal training, and as well it's including group class. So they have more opportunity to go to the gym. They have more frequency in training, and they have more results because they have more attention of their coaches. Because before they were attending a 1 or 2 personal training, that's it. Now they can do group class and they have 2 or 3 small group. So it's like per session, the price and everything. It's a way better offer. So they feel stupid to not say yes.
Yeah. So you said it right there. They get a small break in price, but they get a great service package. They get an individualized program. They get other options to attend other stuff. And then you are going to make more per hour. We'll get into that in just a sec, but tell me about what did you offer before semi-private training and why did you switch?
We were offering traditional personal training and group class.
Okay. So you had 2 strong revenue streams. I'm guessing like any CrossFit gym, you've got great group classes where people are just crushing it in a big group and it's a ton of fun. The music is cranked. And then you've got PT, which was my mistake as a CrossFit gym owner. I never sold PT at a good volume and I suffered for it. But you've got those 2 strong revenue streams. So why did you decide to move to semi-private? Because you've got PT, that's a great revenue stream. Why did you decide to add in a third one?
We arrived at some point that we were hitting the ceiling. Like every full-time coaches cannot was what they were full of clients. They didn't have the capacity to take more.
You ran out of
And
hours.
yes,
Ah,
run out. Like the only way we had to increase our revenue was to add more coaches. So we were. It was not working that way. For sure, we knew that at that point we had a problem, and the retention was not great because we had a lot of part-time at that coaches at that time. We were less invest, and the result, maybe the client wasn't less there. So we decided to make the switch to semi-private. So now we have more results, more retention, and we can pay the coaches more.
so you solved a staffing problem. You
Yeah.
have better results for clients, and your gym makes more revenue. So this is kind of a huge win across the board.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's changed the business, like literally. We changed the business in a year completely.
Wow. I got to ask you this before I go even further. How did you sell so much PT training that you were just completely maxed out on your hours? Like, how did you pull that off?
We were doing what Two Brain says. So we're doing no sweat intro,
Yeah.
goal review, stuff like that. We were good to upgrade current clients or group training clients to personal training. And we have me and my partner Michael. We have both kinesiologist background, strength and conditioning background. We always been good doing that, and in fact, I'm a personal trainer since 2008. So
wow.
it's rooted in us. We're good doing that, but I mean, we coach our staff too to doing that. So yeah, it was part of our strength. Now we're just doing the same thing, but with more people at the same time.
Wow. So you were a CrossFit gym and you used the two brain plan to sell so much personal training that you ran out of staff hours.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And then you had to go further with semi-private training. So this is mind blowing to me because I never saw this back in the day and this would have changed my life. And you're doing it right now. So I'm going to ask you, how did you make the switch? So you've got obviously a thriving CrossFit program, big groups. Then you've got this thriving one-on-one program. I understand that you made this switch in stages, but how did you do it?
At first, we were not really confident about this service, and we didn't know if it was effective. We knew that it was effective, but how we will implement it, we had some doubt.
It's a big change.
Yeah, it's a big change. So we decided to switch all our current PT clients in semi-private because our first problem was the hour, was the schedule. So it was really hard to have the same spot like at 5:30 for 2 or 3 clients because we only had 2 at that time at the moment.
Right.
So we did that first in January 2024, and it lasts like 3 months that stage. I think for 3 months until March, we were able to move all our PT clients in semi-private. I mean, but almost all of them. Currently we're doing like really a small amount of PT.
Was there any pushback or were they like, okay, I'll try it? How'd it go?
We had some pushbacks,
Yeah.
but you know what? I think our mindset was great at that time, and we push all the clients to say, at least to say, hey, you know what? Just try it.
Yeah, just try it.
Then they will be like they were convinced after. We only had like 3 clients saying, no, I want to keep personal training. And to date, they're still going.
Yeah,
So,
if they like it, they like it. That's fine.
yeah.
But your other clients, they tried it and they said, hey, this works. This is great.
Yeah, and the service I have for my money is better. So I can do more things. And the results and the attention of the coach is is the same, in fact.
Oh, so that's cool. And like listeners, if you're out there, you know how this, like you might say, how do I do this? But really the reality is like, you know, in a PT session, a client does some stuff, then you kind of talk about the weather and what they did on the weekend and da, 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 da. Instead of doing that, you just go to another client and tell them, okay, your set of 5 deadlifts, set your back, lift, go. Perfect.
Yep.
I want your next set. I want you to really think about pulling your shoulders back and engaging your legs as you push through the floor. Okay, instead of talking about your cycling event on the weekend, I'm going to move over to this guy. And you just kind of do it like that. You're cutting out what we'll call the fluff, and you're getting right to the nuts and bolts of each client, and you're moving efficiently. Right. Da, 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 da. So each client gets a great amount of attention, and you're just kind of cutting out a little bit of the banter. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't do that. You obviously have to maintain the relationship, but you get what I'm saying. You're just focusing on essential stuff, laser focus, and moving through the roster there. That's how you do it, Gabriel?
It's exactly like this. It's happening. And in fact, they still have the time to develop a great connection with the clients.
Yeah. You know that there's tons of time to do that.
Yeah. And you know what? Our coach now, if they're doing PT, they find it boring. They have too much time.
Too much time because they're too good and too efficient.
It's boring counting reps. We are not doing that anymore. So
yep. And I found that too. You know that it gets tough. You're like 27, 28, keep going, 29. That's tough, right? But if you're just like, okay, do your set, move on. It's high energy. That hour flies by for your coaches, and your coaches are making more money, so they're happy too. I got to ask you this. How did you adjust your PT pricing to get to a semi-private rate? What'd you do?
I'll adjust my PT pricing. Right now, we didn't adjust it.
So you're charging, sorry, let me ask that again to make sure I get the right answer here. Did you take your one-on-one PT rate and reduce it for semi-private training?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you do?
Yeah.
How'd that look?
We were pricing like 95 per session in PT. Now we are charging like 60 in semi-private.
Yeah, so that sounds about almost exactly what Chris Cooper said, where he's going to say, take your PT rate, double it, divide by 3. That's your semi-private per session rate. That sounds similar to what you did. It's kind of the same numbers, maybe with a little bit of difference, but that's pretty close. So so you said 60 something for semi-private?
60, yeah.
So 60 times 4 people, that's $240 an hour. And how do you pay trainers in that?
We pay 30%. So
there you go.
They earn like up to $80 per hour.
So this is way different than the traditional $20 to $25 for a CrossFit group class, where a trainer's like, I have to coach so many classes, I'm burned out, I'm still not making enough, as opposed to now, trainers making $80 an hour, Jim's making $160, I think, at that point, or something similar, and everybody's winning, the client's getting better results. Is that right?
That's right. In fact, I think the average hourly rate I pay the coaches went to $26, $28 per hour. Now it's above 40.
Whoa. So that's a huge increase. So obviously your coaches are going to stay longer because they're making better money in less time.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's just it. I love it. This is a cool way to create a career in the fitness industry. And we know as gym owners for years, this has been the problem. We can't create careers for staff people. They train with us for a while. They max out 40 classes, $20, and they're out the door to be a firefighter or a real estate agent. And that's a big problem in the industry. This is a great way to do it. I took you off track. You talked to me about the switch where you got PT into semi-private. Yep. Talk to me about the rest of the transition throughout that year in your group classes.
Okay, yeah. So right after we switched all our PT clients, we began to do more goal review session with our group clients and convert them to semi-private. And we are still doing that to date. So right now we have like 90 clients in the semi-private doing that. 90? Yeah.
How many group clients do you still have?
I think 170.
Yeah, so that's okay. So you've got to create. So I've seen people easily move from 1-to-1 to semi-private. I haven't seen as easy going from group to semi-private. You figured it out.
Yeah, it's all in the goal review session.
Yeah, so that's fascinating. So you talk to these people and you're saying, look, you want to get to this goal. You're in group classes right now, and if you love that, we'll keep going. But if you want to move faster and get stronger faster, or accomplish your goal, semi-private option. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, it is. It's just like that. If somebody want to break a plateau, something like that, they want to learn their first muscle up or increase the deadlift, they do semi-private.
Wow. And so people jumped at that.
Yeah.
Man, and that's so. Listeners, if you're doing the math here, he's got people coming from PT. They're still they're training more at a better value for them. You've got people coming from group going up and increasing the ARM. This is where that $200,000 annual gross increase comes from. Like, this is crazy. And you've still got a strong group program. You've still got some PT people, and you've got happy coaches. So all around, this is like wins, wins, wins. And obviously your clients are getting better results too. Like, the group clients who are struggling are getting stronger faster.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So this is crazy.
Yeah, win-win for the business, for the clients, and for the coaches. Yeah.
I always call that the triple win. If your clients are winning, your coaches are winning, and your business is winning, that means the owner is winning. That's a triple win, and it's the best thing ever. And like they're getting extreme value for the coaching that you're providing, and they're getting results. So this is cool. So you're still working with this, and you're still moving through with goal review sessions. Is that where we're at right now in 2025? Still doing goal review sessions with group classes or group clients? Yeah,
we are still doing this. I think we are doing like a 60 goal review per month, something like that.
Okay. So then let me ask you this. How did this whole thing change your onboarding process? So a brand new client, so not an existing client, brand new client comes to your gym, does a consultation, no sweat intro, and says, here I am. What happens?
We just changed this. Because I think it's more difficult than it appears, and or at least it demands more experience or more courage from our side.
Sure.
Because we were doing like a one-on-one on-ramp for new clients until like March.
Okay.
Now we just make the switch. Honestly, it's the same. We're doing the same thing, the same movement, the same structure, the same timeline, but with 2 to 4 clients at the same time. It's just that. It was out of necessity because we were also struggling lately with the schedule, and we were having trouble onboarding new clients. So we decided to make the change because of that.
In the on-ramp, now, do they get an individualized program, or is it your on-ramp curriculum delivered to 4 people at once?
We have 2 ways to do it. We have a personalized way to do it.
Yeah.
And we have already done structure, like step-by-step program that everybody can do if they want to integrate or join the group class.
Okay, so price differences obviously for that. If you want to individual, So there you go. So that, and then if someone says, "Look, I'm going to do semi-private training. I want an individualized program," your onboarding rate is much higher, I'm guessing, than the other option, which is essentially small group training.
I will not say small group training.
Okay.
It's like I can have 4 people in on-ramp together doing an on-ramp, but not the same session.
Got it.
So it's still the goal is to onboard them to the group class program. Then I can have another people in this onboarding 12 week. It's first 12 week, and they are still doing they're doing something different. They will doing a personalized program, but only for them 12 week.
Okay.
So we have 2 ways. Bridge.
But that works for both kinds of clients, right? Like they're getting to choose what they want to do, and it works for you guys, and it's solving your staffing and time problems. Because my big problem was like my noon class, my 6:30 class, and my 5 p.m. class were out of control. I had dead hours everywhere, and I struggled. I couldn't solve that problem. So you said you were a personal trainer from like 2008 or something like that. Is that right?
Yeah.
What would this program have done for you in 2008? Like, imagine did you beat your head against the wall for a while to get to this? Because if you had gotten this in 2008, what would have happened?
For myself, I mean, I will not be a gym owner today.
You'd be retired?
Because I will be able to earn enough money to live out of this, because that was part of our frustration. Me and Michael, my partner, it was really hard to have a good job as a trainer.
Yep.
So for a personal trainer or a group class trainer or for a CrossFit coach, it's always been really hard. And like I have a part-time coach. He's working 10 to 15 hours with us, and I think he earned around $30,000 per year with us doing that 10 to 15 hours, and he have another job. So I mean, because he's passionate about CrossFit and teaching, he's a teacher, but he's doing really well with this. So at that time, I was working full time and earning $30,000 per year.
And your coaches are doing that in 10 to 15 hours.
Yes.
Wow. What was your PT rate when you started 2008? 1 hour. What did you charge?
I earned at that time maybe $20.
Wow. So this
Yes.
is wild stuff. So and I just think that's so great. So what's the ceiling? What do you think, like a full-time, like you've got some full-time coaches in your business. What can a full-time semi-private trainer earn in a CrossFit gym? Do you have an idea of what that would be?
Yeah, we're still experimenting the scalability of this. We did not hit the ceiling yet, for sure, but we're not so far. I think we're like 80% of the ceiling of what we can really do. And like currently our full-time coaches, they can manage 30, 35, 40 clients in their schedule, in semi-private and doing group classes. They're doing both things. And they're working like 32, 35, 38 hours per week.
Wow.
In between that. So, and they all earning more than 60,000 per year. This year they will earn that, more than that. I think 80,000 per year, it's doable for the best of the coaches. Like,
Okay, so you got in your gym now, and this was
in our model right now.
Yeah, this is such a problem in the industry, but you've got coaches earning above 60,000. You know the program's not maxed out, and you think you can get them to $80,000 a year. This is a huge deal because that's career money as opposed to $20,000. I need another job and I'm leaving, right?
Yeah. If my coaches, some have two jobs because they love it, not because they need it. It's different. Yeah.
And that's just it. If they choose, like you said, you've got that one guy, he's a part-time guy, but if he's making $30,000 on the side and he loves it, that's like the ultimate beer money fund.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I want to ask you this. So we've laid out exact details. You've been so kind to tell me everything about what's going on in your business. Tell me this. If you were going to if a gym owner calls you right now and says, man, how do I do this? I don't know what to do. What would you tell them? How would you tell them to get started on this path?
I think it's like talk to a mentor.
Yeah.
Like,
that was the key for you?
At first, we talked with Brian Bott.
Yes.
And he explained us everything, and we were feeling confident that we had the skill to do it, and the capacity to explain it to the coaches, to make them on board, because at first they were not all on board. It was the change is scary.
Yeah, it is.
So you will experience this for sure. The change for the coaches and the clients, both will have like a resistance. It's not a easy process.
Okay. So when you had Brian, and so Brian's our mentor, he's a gym owner, excellent gym owner in New Jersey. He's our semi-private training specialist. And so we have him available to help people. When you had a mentor explain this stuff and walk you through it, did the whole process become a whole lot easier?
I think so. Then we follow the plan.
Yeah.
So we execute, and it's helped us break down the hard things and it prepare us to have the tough conversation.
Yeah.
And also to have a simple way to explain it. Because,
Okay.
it's easy to make it over complex, and you can easily get lost in some details.
Whoa. So Listeners, I'm just going to summarize this for you. If I go back to the very beginning here, in a year, Gabriel at his CrossFit gym used a mentor and added $200,000 in gross revenue for semi-private training. When he did that, he solved a staffing and space problem, and now he's got staff members that are working. They're on track to be above $60,000 a year. Where he thinks the ceiling here might be $80,000 or higher. He's got clients that are getting better results. They're training more often. The retention is improving, and his gym is doing better across the board with this program. Gabriel, is that an accurate summary?
This is it?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So listeners, if this is something that you want to look at, Two Brain has an exact plug and play plan that makes this greasy and easy, puts it in place, answers your question. It's been done by Gabriel. It's been done by other gym owners. It's an awesome way to change everything. Trainers make more, gym makes more, clients get better results. I'd encourage you, book a call. There's a link in the show notes. Go down there, book that call, and talk about it. We'll talk to you about how this can work and every other aspect of your business, because this is just one thing. But if this is something that you're interested in, book that call and you can do it. Gabriel, I want to thank you so much for opening this up. This has been super insightful. You've been super kind of sharing exact metrics to make it real for listeners. I can't thank you enough for doing that.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll have you back on the show because I want to see if we can add another $200,000 in 2025.
Maybe.
We'll see what we can do. That was Gabriel Mayer-Bédard, pardon me. He is from CrossFit St-Basile in Quebec, Canada, and he's using semi-private training to crush it. This is Run a Profitable Gym. I'm your host, Mike Workington. Before you go, hit a like on this wherever you're watching, listening, and hit subscribe so you don't miss any other shows just like it.